recording? Yeah, it's recording. All right, so BitClout. BitClout is a killer. It's going to destroy Twitter. It's going to destroy Facebook. It's a decentralized, immutable. Think of it as Bitcoin as a platform. Can't be taken down. Governments can't access to it. And my gut feeling, only because I noticed one of my team members went radicalized. And not only that, a guy who offered to invest $2 million into my company kind of did a tell. I mentioned Tyler, and he goes, oh, he sure has. He kind of like, he was proud of him. He was proud of it. And I'm like, how does he know Tyler? He slipped up. And, you know, and his picture is like a fucking Nazi kid, dude. I mean, the kid looks, you know, I'm serious. And and then I caught him. I mean, I basically busted him on camera. I do everything live now. So on Twitch, Foundups, when I'm online, I'm live. Everything, I record everything, right? Everything. So I caught him on that, and he just can't lie. And so the logo they're using is my stacked IP logo, right? Which is very scary. It's a distributed DAO. So understand, you know, kind of a little bit about my work. I realize the whole fucking system is broken. We need to, if we're going to fix it, we got to fix it hyper fast. So by fixing it hyper fast, imagine one entity stacks on another entity, on another, and they all just become one. So imagine this new economy is basically one thing. It's like, in Japanese, it's known as a keretsu. In America, we call it like a monopoly, right? But this is basically a beneficial monopoly. It's like, it cares about you, it cares about me, it's not a special interest. So think of this is the fourth fucking Reich, Doug. It's not the third Reich. This is the fucking fourth Reich. I'm telling you right now, this is these guys. So, and I did a deep dive, the video I showed you about Mercer, right? So Mercer, he did all those banana republics, and then he came into Brexit, and he said, hey, for free, we're going to come in, because they want to see if their shit could work on a real market. It worked. Then they brought their shit over to get Trump in, got him in, even though he lost, he still won, because it's AI. You know which votes to hit. It's just a game to an AI, right? So then they were like, okay, let's try to stop the steal. Let's try to do this whole stop the steal thing. And they got fuckers to attack our democracy and storm our capital, right? And the puppeteer for that is a guy called Ari Alexander. Okay, black guy, right? All over the place. You know, he's obviously, you know, he's the guy. And then all of a sudden, I joined this thing called Clubhouse, and I see this thing called BitClout, right? And I even, you know, and I'm like, what's BitClout? The moment I looked at it, I recognized it as my work. And I didn't know that it was like, it was at that point, I didn't have the connection with Tyler and what was going on. I was like, holy shit. They built it, I'm forking it. Because with the blockchain, you can fork it. It's like Bitcoin became Dogecoin. Bitcoin became Litecoin. Bitcoin became, you know, you can just fork that shit, right? So then, you know, so I come out right off the bat. The moment I see it, I'm forking. And this is, I'm going to be launching Foundups. And it's missing the DAO. And here's the beautiful thing about it. If you read the white paper, it says, we are coin and code. We're no entity. Right? There's no entity behind it. Yet they've got Sequoia Capital and all these big sharks in there. Supposedly came in at $5. Sequoia Capital's not going to pay $5 for a shit coin. Dude, they came in at a penny, you know, probably 10 cents maximum. Probably a penny, right? Already from a penny, it's at $160 a token. In 3 weeks, Doug. In 3 weeks. So basically, BitClout, the most dangerous app on the planet, right? Something high, you know, we grab them with it. There's only about 50,000 in here. I'm making also predicaments I call it the BitClout effect. Every 100,000 people get on BitClout, Bitcoin's going up 10%. Bitcoin is at 100 million. I'm telling you right now, within 2 years, 10 million, Bitcoin's at 10 million. Because of the law of diffusion, it's just the law of market diffusion. And all these suckers to get in there have to buy Bitcoin. So there's this massive, you know, so basically you've got this, what they've done is, here is the whales coming in and kind of scooping out their mining of Bitcoin, right? So what these suckers have done is there a bunch of goblins that dug a hole underneath, right? Stuck a fucking straw in there, and all they need to do is open up the pipe, right? That's just time. So they you know, and that's just building the network and everything else. And soon, as it ramps up, they've opened it up. So as it ramps up, you know, they can grab more and more and more. And what's going to happen is the demand is going to be far greater than the market supply. And that's going to cause, I call it the, you know, the bit cloud effect. And the bit cloud effect is going to happen. No one's talking about this shit, right? So and then on top of that, you got the Saylor effect, which was Michael Saylor, who last year, he's, you know, kind of changed the whole paradigm with Bitcoin. He put the first $1 billion in as a company. He's the reason why Tesla went in there and all these other companies now. And that was just last year. And he's always announcing, I bought another one. He took out $1 billion loan just to buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin isn't fudgy like stocks. It is fucking fact and science. There's probably only about 5 to 6 million Bitcoin left. These suckers know it. And you add this bit cloud effect on top of it, you're going to see Bitcoin, and everyone, you know, is so my thinking is, the other thing is these guys have already scraped 4,000 Bitcoin in 3 weeks off people in this app. 4,000, right? 4 fucking thousand Bitcoin. So what you can do, I'm going to try to get a coder to write a little program, because it's public address. So we can basically see how quickly Bitcoin is going in there. We can plot a graph, right? So we can plot a graph on how quickly, not only that, probably each time his input is probably a member. So we can plot the graph, that we can create what's known as the exponential growth graph of it. So this graph, and where this graph intersect, is where Bitcoin is over. Because Bitcoin's going down, this one's going up. It's a simple little cross. At that point, Bitcoin is at an insane rate, all right? So, and here is the thing is that, and this is the reason why I'm forking, because they're looking, you know, because it's a distributive organization structure, and they gave that away in their logo, because the logo is mine. It's like, what I'm going to be doing is forking it, pulling all the libraries so anyone can fork it. So to beat them to the punch, we're going to pull all the libraries in. Not only that, we're going to create the smart DAO, which means 100% of the Bitcoin in my system, the way it's supposed to work, not you steal the Bitcoin, goes in Robert Mercer's fucking war chest for a global Fourth Reich. What it's supposed to work is all the Bitcoin goes into this DAO, right? This kind of like decentralized, bank that no one has access to it. Not even you. It's run by AI. And then what happens is when you put Bitcoin in, it's going to pay you out a dividend in our FUCs, right? FUCs, right? I'm like the FCUK, right? The store, clothing store, right? So this is FUCs. So you're going to get your FUCs out. And then as Bitcoin goes parabolic, because it's going to go parabolic, guess what? You're going to get more FUCs all the time, right? So it's a dividend that's going to always be paid out. So this in my structure, when Bitcoin checks in, it never checks out. It's like Hotel California, right? And over time, all of these stacked, you know, and all of these go ahead and launch it. And it has its own structure. You can launch it for your nonprofit. You can launch it for your whatever it is, your potato farm, whatever you want to do with it, okay? And you create your own token, or you could use ours. Doesn't matter. Yeah, we're completely right. So all of a sudden, you have a hyper growth kind of transition from this selfish entity to this selfless one. So this becomes a UBI, right? All these entities, I call them decentralized autonomous nonprofit organizations, DANOs, right, are in a way connected together. There is no competition, right, in this new framework, in this new world paradigm. So, yeah. So, and why did I come up with it? And it really goes back to the same thing. Remember, we talked about, the problem, and this I found out since we talked, really our whole and this is where it talks about how do I know the danger of this? Because it's my work, right? So this will be the kind of position. I'm the inventor, right, of it. And I created this back in 2011, because I saw, that we have an economic framework built on a 14th century business model. the Italians, right? Our business model hasn't changed since the 14th fucking century. And I said, you know what? In order for us to change this business model, we need a new sandbox. So I took the idea of the Bitcoin magazine and created the blockchain. I was never credited for it, but Ethereum is what they built on my work, was Ethereum, which led to the modern blockchain. With the blockchain, it needed to scale up. We need all these other things. And now, finally, right, because I was planning to launch in 2019, I had this video out there that says basically, and I'm getting it updated, right? So we can use it for the book, whatever, and get it for that. Coronavirus hit, I got laid, and then these suckers, came in and launched it. But it's a great opportunity, So the opportunity is, one is to highlight it. I don't know how we tie Mercer to it. I don't know if it even cares. I think we just fucking do it. Because it's compelling. You got Ari Alexander. I got pictures of him. So I got pictures of him and Diamond, the guy who runs it, in a fucking room. and they're running this all on do you know what Clubhouse is? Yeah. So it's Chinese freaking social engineering website. Let's just grab everyone's voice and let's just put it all into a folder and know who they're connected, grab all their intellectual IP. It blows my mind. What the fuck are these people doing on there? We have all our greatest minds having meetings for Chinese, and we should have a little blurb on that. The most amazing thing ever. It's like, let's fucking just sell, let's just give them all of our, and all that, the connections, everything. So that's where he's shilling this thing. So it doesn't need to be a big book, man. I think it should be 300 pages, 200 pages, whatever. Just like to the point. Just fucking get it done, right? Let's make it like you read it in 30 minutes and you're like, holy fucking shit, right? Type deal. Perfect. Perfect. It doesn't have to go into great detail. We just hit the main points, I think I pretty much kind of covered everything on one page here. I was like, most dangerous app on the planet. Start with the Brexit, pre-Brexit, who's behind it, right? Whatever. How do I know? Why is it dangerous? Because it's immutable. I use the term Bitcoin as a platform. Probably good for it. That's a good title for a chapter. Bitcoin as a platform. Everyone knows what Bitcoin is. It's immutable. Can't change it. No one can take your Bitcoin. Why, and even the terms, we can grab stuff like in the terms of agreement. It's like, we're community. Your Bitcoin isn't yours. It's ours. You can't have it. That's pretty much it says in their fucking terms. Okay. All right. Well, we'll just rework. I think the outline. The outline is, yeah, I'll rework the outline, but I think I'll just base it on this here, on there, and yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So, sounds good, man. Good seeing you again. All right. Bye-bye. Yeah, see, that's the tough. I usually go to bed at 9. I get up usually at 3 in the morning. So I get, it's 13, I'm 13 hours ahead of you. So what, I'm 13 hours ahead. Yeah, you're Western time. Eastern Standard? Are you, what? So you're Central time. You're Central. So I know, but what's your equivalent to U.S. time? So what time is it there right now, you said? All right, so I'm 10:20 here. So we're exactly 12 hours. I'm at the nighttime, you're in the morning. Yeah, okay. Okay. All right, sounds good. All right, night.